Hello, yeah, and welcome. We are at the end of day two of the test match between Australia and India over at the SCG in Sydney. And I don't know what you guys feel like, but it kind of feels like to me that this is a test match that could go down to the wire. And I think India would be pretty happy to get Australia all out for 338, especially after an hour or so this morning, early in day two, where I felt like early wickets were crucial for India, and they weren't able to do that. And Labuschagne and Smith, I guess at the start of the summer, they were the two probably best batters in this test lineup for Australia. They put on a nice partnership. Labuschagne, 91, and Steve Smith delivers yet again with a century, 131. It's his first century in a while and his first big contribution in this test series. He played Ashwin well because I think he was certainly the big threat to him. And the only thing that could remove him from that batting crease was a piece of brilliance from Jadeja. Without question, the best fielder in the world going round. And not just now, the last 2-3 years, he has literally been outstanding, a real threat in the field. And that set the tone for his 4 wickets as well. What did he get? 4 for 62, Jadeja. So he was certainly the man of the day for India in the field. And don't you just love cricket when you sit back and you watch the game, and then a piece of brilliance can change things so much? Because if that did not happen, who knows what Australia would have ended up on, because Steve Smith is a guy who can really accelerate the run rate when he wants to. And that middle to lower order certainly collapsed for Australia. Stark, I think he ended up with 24. But if Smith was batting with one of those lower guys further down, then he could have been really destructive, and he ended up on 131. So I think India would have been pretty delighted with that performance, and they finished the day with the bat 96 for 2. And our man Shubman Gill, I can't preach about him enough. Go back into some other reviews I have done. He is a very, very classy batsman, and without question, he is going to have a long, successful career for India. Challenge me if you want on that front in the comment section. Please do. But he is just a delight to watch at the batting crease. And they ended up in 96 for 2. Australia, Cummins and Hazelwood picking up a wicket each. And one intriguing thing that I've noticed the most is the run rate. So Australia scored at a run rate of 3.2 and over off 105 overs. And we saw yesterday in day one that they had positive intent throughout the day. And Steve Smith had that steely determination to get the job done. Whereas India at the crease with Shubman Gill being a stylish batter, likes to play his shots, they've got it just over 2.13 for the 45 overs. So Rahane and Pujara have really gone at a slow rate. Maybe they had a goal just to be there at the end of the day. No more wickets lost, and they'll start again tomorrow, being day 3. I don't think they can start day 3 and just wait for Australia. I think they still need to try and have their application of, yes, staying at the crease, but keeping the scoreboard ticking over, because that Australian bowling attack does have the ability to take wickets quickly in 2s and 3s. So they need to keep the runs coming, just ticking the balls over. I'm not saying hitting 4s or anything like that, but the 1s and the 2s are going to be vitally important. They don't want to get stuck in the ground. So that's what I'm going to find fascinating tomorrow. But a few players I want to discuss. And world cricket, it goes in waves. I think the current best batsmen in the world are the Kane Williamsons, the Steve Smiths, the Virat Kohlis. They're the best, because their records say that as well. But almost seeing a next wave, and it's very early on in their career. I don't want to put the mockers on them at all, but you saw Shubman Gill today and Pekovsky yesterday for Australia. It's almost that feels like the next wave that's coming through in international cricket. You also got Zach Crawley as well up in England, Babar Azam as well. I know he's a little bit more older, but this next wave coming through into the world. I find that stuff really fascinating. And those two players in this test match at the moment, Pekovsky and Shubman Gill, are certainly players who have got big futures in the game. So tomorrow, how are both teams going to attack? I've already mentioned India. I think they need to, stay at the crease, but they need to keep the scoreboard ticking over, and then get the bowlers into their third or fourth spells of the day. That's when this Australian bowling attack will get tired. They may go searching. Maybe that's when the opportunity to score more freely will come. For India, I think they need to, for Australia, they need early wickets, and they really want to attack this middle order and lower order, try and have a lead as much as they can at the end of each team's first innings. That will be the game plan here, because the way this match is set up and the way the series has gone and history of these two teams, you cannot have light session. You cannot have a light hour of play. We saw that in the first test for India when they were all out for 36. So you cannot take your foot off the pedal at all for both teams, because they're two classy teams with classy individuals in each team. And it's also mentioned, Navdeep Sani as well. He picked up a couple of wickets on debut, so that's excellent from his perspective. So all in all, I think at the close of day 2, we lost overs yesterday. I think it's pretty close. India 96 for 2, but it's all about that first session tomorrow for them. So let's sit back, enjoy some cricket, and we'll catch up with each other again tomorrow night. Cheers.